One of the simplest things to make at home is an infused butter. It sounds fancy, but it's actually super easy. This particular recipe has 2 ingredients, butter and miso paste. In my cookbook, I have a recipe for miso broccoli, which is basically oven roasted broccoli with this miso butter. It is exquisite, but I love to keep this in my pantry and just have it for whatever, for toast, for other recipes. It's just such a fun staple. So, and I've never actually seen that. Like, has anyone seen that at a supermarket? I haven't seen it yet. So what I do is I soften the butter. We've had this softened butter on the counter for a couple of hours, probably even 4. The longer you have the butter out, the easier it's gonna be to make. And you don't wanna use melted butter because it's not gonna be the same. Don't ask me why scientifically, but I can just tell you that you need to keep it nice and room temperature. So the only way I can describe this consistency, can you guys see? It almost feels like a buttercream. So what do you do with this big gob in a bowl? Well, you could either roll it into a log in a piece of parchment paper, roll up the parchment paper and kind of adjust the edges, put it in the freezer. You could even pre-slice the log. Or a really fun idea that I had is you could put it in a silicone mold. You could get like little baby molds, like heart-shaped molds, and put them into little mini things so you could serve individual pieces of this. But I'm gonna put it in this little pizza-shaped mold because I think it'll be really fun. It almost is reminiscent of cheese. Like, you know, if you were gonna do a cheese board, well, you could do like an infused butter board with toast and crackers and whatever else you eat butter with, I guess, which is basically anything. Next up, we have one of my favorite infused butters, black truffle butter. I love this. I have a place that I buy this from, but I thought instead of spending the money, and it's kind of hard to find in your neck of the woods, I'm sure, why not make it at home? What I love to use this for the most, oh my goodness, scrambled eggs. Have you tried truffle buttered scrambled eggs? Use a little bit of the truffle butter instead of sprayer oil. It is delicious. You could also put some of the truffle butter straight onto pasta, spaghetti. There's so many versatile things you can do with it. It's great. So it's just an herb butter. You could use dried herbs. The nice thing about dried herbs is, guess what? They won't go bad. So you'll kind of have it in the fridge for a little bit longer. I'm using fresh herbs because they're so beautiful, and if you keep this in the freezer, you'll have it forever. So you are good, and it's already looking so pretty. Here I've got a mix of herbs, some mint, cilantro, parsley. You could put some basil, anything green you have in the garden, anything green they have in the supermarket. Just remember to start with salted butter so that it has some flavor. So we need to chill these guys. You have 2 options. You could put them in the refrigerator and leave them in there for a day or 2 and they'll be perfectly firm. Or if you're in a rush to hurry up and eat your butter, you could pop it in the freezer and it'll go much faster.